With over 60% of Americans currently owning a smartphone, it's safe to say that down the road we'll see more and more applications for our smart devices. Hey guys, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look at the iHealth. This is a blood pressure monitoring system. In fact, it's the first in the world that connects directly to your iOS device. Unfortunately, this is a past generation product, although the company is currently working on newer models for the newest generation of iOS products with a lightning port. The version that we have here actually works over 30-pin connectors, so it only works for iPhone 4S, the older generation iPads, and iPod Touches. The company is also working on a future generation that will work with Android phones, but basically the technology behind it is the same. Now, what's interesting here is it includes a dock that can simultaneously charge your device and also provide you up-to-date information about your blood pressure, and more importantly, it includes an application for you to monitor your blood pressure and to compare it with your national average over time. So this is kind of similar in concept to devices like the Misfit Flash or the Fitbit, which are activity trackers and fitness trackers, which are becoming more and more popular, especially in 2015. It's a predicted trend. So this product has a lot of reasons to succeed. Taking a look at the packaging, it's very petite, it's well crafted, and it shows the details of the product quite well. It retails for just $80, which is pretty inexpensive for something that's the first ever in the world, and also good because other blood pressure monitoring systems in pharmacies currently retail for about $40 to $50, which is not that much of a difference between this product, and it offers a lot more advancements in terms of the technology. Taking a look here, there are ads for the actual application, which is free to download. It includes the tester pack, also the registration pack, and you simply connect these into the App Store, and it's free. And it shows again your pulse and also your heart rate and also your blood pressure, and records it in a calendar view. As you can see, it's compatible with basically any device since the first generation of the iPhone up to the 4S. And the back just shows you the products and what's included in the packaging. The specific model, by the way, is the BP3, and you can find it currently on Amazon and also online at some other retail locations and pharmacies nationwide. What's interesting about the packaging is also doubles as the carrying case. So if we remove everything from it, you see that the case is actually made out of plastic, which means that you can take off the pieces of paper, and when you're traveling, you can still use and reuse the packaging just to take the product with you, which is kind of nice. Inside, you have access to the cuff, which we'll take a look at in a moment, in addition to a sync charge cable. And finally, there are a few instruction manuals printed in monochrome black and white. There's also a quick start guide that is printed in full color and tells you how to set up the product, install the application, and start using the product. Setting that off to the side, we can take a quick look at the actual dock, which is made out of a glossy white plastic, which tracks a bit of fingerprints but feels pretty solid in terms of construction. There's also rubber feet on the bottom, which prevents the dock from sliding around when you put it on a surface or a desk, which is a plus. The back of the unit houses the USB connection, which allows you to charge and sync your iPad or sync your iPhone when you're using the product. There's also a connection for the cuff. The top here is the traditional 30-pin connector. There are adapters to lightning pin that will probably work as well. And there's a simple connection key that allows you to actually activate the device to be used. And essentially that's it. It's very elegant and it looks pretty nice in terms of the design. Setting that off to the side, the cable that comes included is also a standard cable. It's pretty long in length, which is good. There's no AC wall adapter that's included, so if you want to charge your product, you need to plug it into your pre-existing Apple charger. And this is the connection that plugs into the back very easily. The cuff itself is crafted out of Velcro. It's pretty comfortable to wear. There's also instructions showing you how to put it on to your cuff, and it's about half an inch above the bend in your elbow, and it's again recommended for adults only and not for kids because it gets tight, and then it's again recommended only for adults to be used. Now the device itself, recommendation for all blood monitoring systems is you only measure your blood pressure about 2 times in every 2 to 3 hours, otherwise your results may vary and be inaccurate. The cord length here is also pretty strong and also pretty long. We simply install it onto the side here, and it's a bit of resistance is needed, but afterwards it's ready to be used. The application is also very simple. We simply search iHealth in the App Store and you'll find a number of different applications that are free and designed to be used with this product. The manufacturer here also crafts ordinary fitness trackers and other smart accessories that allows you to track and monitor your health during day-to-day life. And what's interesting is that some of their products on applications kind of range in terms of the design. For example, the iHealth My Vitals is the main application, and it actually operates with all their smart accessories, from their smartwatches to the blood monitoring system. And so if you have multiple sets, you can actually use them in conjunction with one another. Back with the iHealth after testing it for a bit, I have to say that the actual setup itself is pretty easy to do. You simply install the app again and you open up the application. But in order to start using the actual device, there's actually a built-in battery onto the base of the device. You need to first charge the base for about 2 hours before you can start using the device with your iPad. You can then unhook the device and it tells you have about 100% or 97% of the battery remaining, and afterwards you can then take your blood pressure. So the base itself contains a battery that you need to first charge, or your iPad needs to have a bit of charge before you can start immediately using the device. After charging it, it's actually pretty good. It retains the charge for about a few days, about a week or two before you have to recharge it again. And you can see it's illuminated green, which means that the charge has been completed in full and you are ready to use the device. So again, you have two applications that you can select from if you want to read your blood and record your blood pressure. There is the traditional iHealth application, which was specifically designed for this device. There's also the iHealth Common application, which collectivizes all of the different iHealth products, such as the sleep monitors, the fitness trackers, and you can record all these stuff in one unified place. Both of these applications will record your blood pressure, and they do an equally good job of doing that. So I'm going to press on the iHealth because it's the native application designed for this, and it tells you have 96% of the battery in the dock remaining at the moment. And after you take the blood pressure, it's going to decrease the battery life about 3 to 4%. That's just a quick notice that you should take note of. And it tells you right now you can install to a new application, which we're going to do later on. So then you simply install this by putting it onto your wrist, and then you can take the blood pressure. We can just basically press start, and it's going to start recording. You can hear the audible sound. It's going to start inflating. Of course, we don't have anything on here, so it's going to stop. It's going to show an error message saying that we don't have anyone wearing the cuff. It's going to stop recording and trying to find a blood pressure. So it's very sensitive. It's actually pretty good. It tells you when you're doing it right, when you're doing it wrong, if there's a leak or something, someone is too loose. And overall, it's pretty accurate. After doing each recording, it takes about, I would say 1 to 2 minutes to fully record the results. It's pretty fast, relatively speedy, and when I compare the results with the traditional blood monitoring system that's dedicated and not connected to a smart device, the results were about the same. So the accuracy on this thing is surprisingly high for something that's a smart accessory for an iPad. It actually is a pretty vital tool for keeping and tracking your health, which is good. You can also install different portfolios. So you can install a guest user, or perhaps someone's name can be put on here so you can track your progress over time. And pressing on an information icon gives you a list of different accounts and tells you about charging the device, the dock, and the battery. It tells you about sharing your results online with your friends or comparing results with graphs. And you can also learn more information about your results by pressing on the facts and questions, defining blood pressure, for example. What is blood pressure? When is high blood pressure something that's going to be a problem? And all those information is built into an electronic ebook-like format that you can read. There's also a history part here that you can press on. It's going to tell you your past blood pressure. So for example, January 31st, someone recorded their blood pressure here at 6:26 p.m. and it says that they had 106, 71, and 70 for the pulse. And this shows your health on the side here. So for example, the green bar means that you are totally safe. It means that your health is completely good and it's completely normal. Whereas the red means that you're getting progressively more dangerous. You should take medication. You should probably go and see a doctor. So you get more exercise or whatnot. And it shows that in a very easy to use and easy to see icon. You can delete that and then share it with different icons like WeChat, share it online with friends and family so that they can record it as well. And also includes it in a calendar view so you can track your progress over time, which is very easy to see. You can select it, you can graph it. Pressing on that, it shows it in a graph format and it works pretty well. Again, the same thing can be said about the other application, the iHealth app, which again is a collectivized version. It's a bit more complex, but it shows your blood pressure trends, your weight trends, your calorie trends, your sleeping trends if you buy other products produced by the same company here, the iHealth company. So the blood pressure trends, it shows in a graph view. It's a bit more simplistic here, but you do have more features that you can tie in if you want to purchase more accessories that are, again, produced by the manufacturer. So overall, the entire system works extremely well, surprisingly. It's surprisingly accurate, it's fast, it's actually very reliable. And the only downside would be the fact that you need to charge the battery on the dock, which takes, again, about 2 hours to fully charge, which is a bit of a downside. But when it's plugged into the dock, it also charges the iPad. So it acts as a charging device for your iPad or iPhone at the same time, which is partially useful, but we just wish that the dock itself could take maybe AA batteries instead, just to make the process a bit faster. Of course, you can take your blood pressure when it's being plugged into the AC adapter directly, but again, it would be nice to have batteries in here if you're planning on using the dock on the go, because then if you're out of juice, you're kind of out of luck at the same time. We're quite impressed by iHealth's BP3 blood pressure monitoring system that connects your iPad, iPhone, or iPod Touch. It's a first of a kind device that we haven't seen before. It's relatively inexpensive for a smart accessory and also works flawlessly as far as accuracy, speed, and general performance is concerned. It offers very little disappointments and caveats, and so if you are looking for something that can charge your iPad, present your iPad in a dock form factor, but also have a nice blood pressure monitoring system for medical usage and for daily usage, I think this is a good option to get, especially if you plan on purchasing other devices from the company by iHealth, like their smart fitness watch, their fitness trackers, and also their scales, so that it ties into a unified ecosystem. You can check out our full range review on our website. Thanks for watching this video review here at OS Reviews. This has been the iHealth BP3 blood pressure monitoring system, the first one in the world for your iPad, iPod Touch, and iOS devices.